Om Dakshinasya Samarambha Shankaracharya Madhyama Asmadacharya Paryanta Smarya Guru Parampara Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaran Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Pariknyanashrama Shri Guru Shankara Pariknyanashrama Shankara Sadguru Keshava Vamana Krishna Panduranga Ananda Parignana Guru Sadyojata Shankara Sadguru Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So we are studying the Rama Gita, which is a dialogue between Bhagwan Ram and his younger brother Lakshmana. And Lakshmana, who is a Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampanna Adhikari, at the end of serving his brother for 14 years in the Vanavasa, when they come back with a clear mind, with a Shraddha in the Guru and in the Shastra, considering Bhagwan Ram himself as his Guru, goes and asks for this knowledge. And the dialogue that is taking place is Rama Gita. Of course, I'll keep reminding this again and again. It's a small text of about 63 verses. And now, when Lakshmana asked Bhagwan Ram as to what is it that literally takes me out of this samsara, of coming back again and again. What is this? What is it that helps me to get out of this shoka, which I'm all the time experiencing? This incompleteness, apurnatvam, shoka. What is it that really takes me out of this once and for all, permanently? And Bhagavan Ram is giving him the traditional Atma Jnanam that we see in all our scriptures, especially the Upanishadic scriptures in Vedanta. And initially, Bhagavan Ram said that one has to be a karma yogi to prepare one's mind, because the mind is naturally infused with certain impurities like raga dvesha. Raga and kama can be taken as one group. Dvesha and krodha can be taken as one group. Then we have moha, mada, matsarya, lobha, and all of them to some extent are necessary. These are all the natural emotions with which we are born. Lobha is not something that simply, comes late. We are all born with this. It manifests in our lives once our ahankara becomes strong. Even in a child of 2 years or 3 years, you can see all these things. You can see kama, raga, krodha, dvesha, lobha, moha, all this you can see. Because it's something, these are what we are born with. In the right quantity, in the right time, in the appropriate place and time, in the appropriate measures, these are useful for a human being, because a human being has a free will to follow Purushartha. 4 Purusharthas which are followed or which are pursued by a human being because of the free will, and these 6 are absolutely necessary. But most of us land up with all these 6 which become unmanageable and out of control. And after some time, they start holding us by our necks. And management of these basic emotions, which are necessary emotions, but over a period of time become literally a problem for us. These emotions have to be managed. A managed mind with managed these 6 emotions is called as chitta shuddhi. See, it is not possible for the mind to be totally clean of raga and dvesha, kama, krodha, etc. 100% clearing is not possible because the mind is a dravyam and it's the natural emotion. Every one of them is a natural emotion in the mind. They keep coming back again and again. But what is meant, even in Bhagavad Gita, is sufficient management of ragadveshas so that the mind is not under the effect of them. The mind is free enough to go to Jnana Yoga. To give this mind a Jnana Yogyata Prapti, Karma Yoga is one to follow. Karma Yoga helps in diluting these ragadi, the 6, emotions. Okay, the Shadvarga. They are called as aris. They are called as enemies within us. But in the right proportion, in the right places, at the right time, they are needed. But when they go disproportionately, they start affecting our lives. Then they become impurities of the mind. And says that these are the chitta malas. And these chitta malas have to be removed or managed. And the mind has to be minimized of its ragadveshas, etc. And karma yoga is necessary. But what Bhagwan Rama is saying here is, like any other text, he says, karma is necessary sufficiently enough to have chitta shuddhi, that's all. All your life, if you're doing karma yoga, you have the jnana yogyata prapti, but you don't go to jnanam, then that is not really the right thing to do, because you have a clear mind, a sattva, a shuddha sattva, a mind which is, pure enough to understand this knowledge, Atma Jnanam, but I don't get into that. That's not the correct thing. So what here Bhagwan Ram wants to say is, yes, karma should be done according to one's swadharma, swa ashrama, varnashrama dharma. According to that, karmas have to be done. Please understand very clearly what is the meaning of karma. Karma means action. But in our, in Vedantic parlance, karma does not mean simply going and coming, eating, having a bath, dressing oneself, doing our duties. That is also karma. But what here is being talked about is Vaidika karmas, spiritual, ritualistic karmas. So when we talk about karma yoga means whatever you do with the karma yoga attitude. Even your nitya naimitika karmas, you do with the attitude of offering to the Lord and ultimately getting back the, results of the action as prasada. But then we saw in the 11th verse and 12th verse that there are some philosophers who are called as jnana karma samuchayavadis or vrittikaras. They say that karma, that is nitya naimitika karma, vaidika karma, ritualistic karma, cannot be given up. Even if you are a jnana yogya, it cannot be given up. Okay? It has to be done. Even a sannyasi, according to them, karma cannot be given up at all. A sannyasi in our, Vedanta, a Vividisha sannyasi can give up all the Vaidika karmas which are enjoined to him and completely dedicate the life for Atma Jnanam taking sannyasa, which is called as Vividisha sannyasa. Until then, the grahastha has to do the karmas the way it has to be done. And there may be jnani grahasthas, like Lord Rama was a grahastha, jnani. Lord Krishna was a grahastha, a jnani. Lord Vishnu, all our trinities, okay, they are all, especially Vishnu and Shiva, they are all grahasthas and they are also jnanis. But then Lord Krishna never gave up his nityanaimittika karmas, but he did it with the attitude of akartritva bhava. So here in the 12th verse, this ritualistic karma, okay, what is its position? Is it to be given up once the person has this Atma Jnana, or is it to be continued? The Vrittikara Mata, that is the Jnana Karma Samuchayavadi, says that karma, ritualistic karma, Vaidika karma, cannot be given up. Knowledge alone is not sufficient to give moksha. It has to be followed, it has to be associated with ritualistic karmas. That's why there is an Upanishad called as Ishavasya Upanishad, which says, Kurvanne veha karmani jiji vishet shatagum samaha. May you desire to live for a period of 100 years, but don't give up karma. Ritualistic karma, nitya naimittika karmas. But what is talked about in a person who wants to be in grahastha but who wants to pursue jnanam because he has sufficient chitta shuddhi, the Vedas themselves say, stop kamya karmas, stop nishiddha karmas, stop prayashchitta karmas, do nitya naimittika karmas with the feeling of karma yoga, and then pursue knowledge. And when aham brahmasmi is very clear, then whether you continue to do the ritualistic karma and you choose not to do the ritualistic karma, that does not matter, because this knowledge has freed you from kartritvam itself or from the doership itself. I don't know whether you're finding it difficult, but we are 6 years in Vedanta now, 6 years. So whatever I'm talking should be understood. So here, karma means the Vaidika karma, Veda injuncted karmas. And what did the 12th verse we saw last time? What did it say? Karma akritau doshamapi shrutir jagau tasmat sada karyamidam mumukshunam. So he said, who said? The karmi or the Veda Purva person who does not believe that jnanam is independently capable of giving moksha. He says, karma akritau. When you don't do the enjoined karma by the Shruti, what happens? Dosham. There is a papa called as a pratyavaya papa. We are seeing the 12th verse. We have already done it. But I'm just, taking a little bit of summarizing what we have seen in the last session. Dosham. There's something called as a pratyavaya papa. What is the meaning of pratyavaya papa? That which comes out of omission of your duties. Now, if you don't do something at all, why should you get papa? Okay, karma akritav dosham. Akritav. I'm not doing the nitya naimittika karmas as enjoined by the Shruti. Then why should I get papa? Something which is done will get me papa. Correct? Something which is not done cannot give me a phala. Only a done karma can give me phalam. An undone karma, an omission, cannot give me any kind of a phalam. Then what is the meaning of it? Karma akritav dosham, which is called as pratyavaya papa, means when you don't do what you are supposed to do, you will end up doing what you are not supposed to do. Correct? Shruti has told me that this is this you have to do. When you don't do your swadharma and sakarma according to your swavarnashrama dharma, when you omit your duties, you do something, you commit doing something which is not right. Then what happens? That karma which you have done as a commission, not doing what is supposed to be done, that gives you what is called as pratyavaya dosha or pratyavaya papa. So he says, Tasmat, therefore, sada karyamidam mumukshunam. So a mumukshu has to continuously keep doing all the nitya naimitika karmas. That means he has no time for jnanam at all. Even after jnana yogyata prapti, you have to keep on doing karma. You can't take, if you want to really do this, take sannyasa and go. Is it possible for us? No. And these people say, Vrittikaravatas, even a jnani has to continue to do his karmas. Because knowledge is not independently capable of giving moksha. Okay? Whereas the answer to this question, they say, knowledge is swatantrena, it cannot give you moksha. But what does Vedanta say? Nanu, no. Swatantra dhruvakaryakarini vidya na kinchin manasapi apekshate. Okay? No. Jnanam is capable of independently giving moksha in a prepared intellect. Vedanta does not say karma is not necessary. Vedanta says karma is necessary. Karma means what? Vedantic karma, that is Veda injected karma. Nitya karmas, naimittika karmas. Now you may ask me one question. Who is doing it nowadays? Nobody is doing it. Are we doing Agnihotra? Are we doing any Atiti Satkara? Are we doing Darsha Purnamasa? There are so many rituals that we have to do. Are we doing the Agni Chayanam as it is done? We are not doing anything. Then how does it apply to us? That's why today we say Pancha Mahayagnyas. In the place of Nitya Naimittika Karmas, we say Pancha Mahayagnyas. All the Nitya Naimittika Karmas are in the form of Pancha Mahayagnyas. Deva Yajna, Rishi Yajna, Pitru Yajna, Bhuta Yajna, Manushya Yajna. That is equivalent to Nitya Naimittika Karmas. But here he says that no, Vedanta says no, nanu, Swatantra Dhruvakarya Karini. Dhruvakaryam, Nitya Phalam of moksha, Jnanam or Vidya is capable of giving Vidya. Na kinchin manasa api apekshate. Okay, there is absolutely no expectation of any sahakara or sahaya from any karma outside. Karma's role is till chitta shuddhi. Upasana's role is till chitta naishchalyam. Once these two are got, the role of doing the Veda enjoined karma and upasana is over. Now the mind is prepared for this knowledge. What is required in Jnana Yoga is merely exposing the intellect to pramana for knowledge to take place. Correct? In any other knowledge also, if I want to learn something, some knowledge I want, what should I do? No karma is going to help me, isn't it? Supposing I want to study a book of physics. Okay, I don't study it, but I do puja to the book. I keep the book under my head in the night when I sleep. Will that give me knowledge? No. What should I do? I should expose my intellect to the contents in the book, and without the help of anything else, directly the pramana that is there in the book directly is absorbed by the intellect. That's all is vidya. That's all is knowledge. And for that knowledge to take place, the intellect should be prepared. For example, if you want a 12th standard physics book to be read, it should be read by a 12th standard student. not a 5th standard student. Why? Because a 5th standard student's intellect is not prepared for 12th standard portion. So 7 years of preparation are necessary for that mind to understand. But once the book is open and the teacher is teaching what is in the book, there is no need of this person to do any karma. Similarly, Atma Jnana means exposing a prepared intellect. Chitta Shuddhi, Chitta Naishchalya Dwara, an intellect which is prepared, that is exposed to the pramana or knowledge, Guru Mukhena. Then what happens? This vidya independently gives moksha. And what kind of a moksha is it? Nitya pala phala hetu. It is nitya phalam. It is not anitya phalam. Like today I read physics when I was in PUC. Today I don't know anything. Whatever I read, it is forgotten. Atma Jnanam is not like that. It is not something where the ignorance returns or comes back. No. Atma Jnana means once and for all, the ignorance of the self is gone. Self-knowledge. Once and for all, the ignorance is gone. So, Dhruva Karyakarini Vidya Swatantra. Swatantrena Vidya can give this knowledge. Na kinchin manasa api apekshate. Not a wee bit expectation from any other sadhana. All the sadhanas are preparatory sadhanas for knowledge, nothing else. Okay, so then another question comes, this question he's asking this Purva Pakshi, that means this Jnana Karma Samuchayavadi is bringing in another doubt. Now, do you think there is a Purva Pakshi sitting when Lakshmana and Rama are talking? No. Rama is bringing out the Purva Pakshis himself so that Lakshmana does not have any doubts. This is the teaching methodology of Vedanta. Any possible doubts that can arise in the mind of the Shishya are brought out by the Guru in the form of a Purva Paksha, which is relevant at that particular time to negate the wrong understandings, the misconceptions. Okay, so he says in the next verse, the question is, Na, it says, Na satyakaryopi hi yadvadvaraha prakakshante jnanapi karakadinam tathaiva vidya viditaha prakashitaihi vishishyate karmabhireva muktaye. न सत्कार्योऽपि हि यद्वदध्वरः प्रकाङ्क्षते ज्ञानपि कारकादिकान् तथैव विद्या विदितः प्रकाशितैः विशिष्यते कर्मभिरेव मुक्तये. Sorry, I did not chant it in the right meter the first time, the 13th verse. So, the question he says, he asks, the Purva Pakshi. Purva Pakshi means what? The one who does not accept here that Jnanam, Atma Jnanam is independently capable of giving moksha in a adhikari. He does not accept that. For him, even an adhikari has to keep doing karma in spite of going in for Jnana Yoga. And even after Jnanam, you have to continue to do the karma. Otherwise, this knowledge will go and ignorance will come back. That is what is his idea. So, he says that Na satyakaryopi hi advadadvaraha. Now, advaraha, the last word in this line, means a yajna or a Vedic ritual. A Vedic ritual, which is called as the yajna, which is called as the advaraha. Okay? And what can this yajna produce? Yajna produces results. What kind of results are they? What kind of result? Okay. Satyam karyam yasya saha advaraha. Okay. Satyam karyam yasya saha advaraha. That means when you do an advaraha, a yajna, there is definitely a phalam. For whatever you're doing that yajna, that phalam is definitely there. And it produces a real effect like, attainment of Svargaloka, Pitruloka, whatever it is. And why are we doing yajnas and yagas? Putraishanaya, Vittaishanaya, Lokaishanaya. We are doing all these karmas, advaras, yajnas, yagas, and they are satya karmas. Satya karmas means, satya karyas means what? Satyam karyam, satyam phalam yasya. That which gives rise to a real karma phala for which I am doing that. But that karma phala is anitya, that this person is not seeing. It is an anitya karma phala. Okay, you may get heaven by doing that some yaga. You go to the heaven when? After you die from this birth. You don't go directly. Now you die, this body dies, then okay, your jiva or your sukshma sharira, the jiva goes to heaven and takes up that particular appropriate body and stays in Svargaloka. How long? How long will it stay? Till the currency of your punya is over, correct? Whatever punya you have assumed or acquired out of whatever yaga, yajna you have done, till that it lasts. After that, what happens? Okay, kshine punya martya lokam vishant. You come back again, taking either a human birth or even sometimes the papa may manifest and you may come back as a in the adho yonis also. But this person says satya karyopi yadvad advaraha, just like in a yajna. Prakangshate anyana pikarakadikan. Even an advaraha or a Vedic ritual requires sadhanas, sahakari sadhanas. It depends upon karakas. It depends upon karakas. I talk to you, karakas. What are they? There are 16 advaryus necessary, and then you require a patni, a putra, and you require a deva vittam, manusha vittam, etc. Satellite, rituals are necessary. A big yaga is not one single continuous thing. It requires satellite yagas also. So he says, prakangshate anyanapi karakadinam, just like it has, tathaiva vidya. In the same way, knowledge viditaha prakashitaihi vishishyate karmabhireva muktaye. So jnanam also requires the help of sahakara or karma. Without that, there is no question of independently jnanam giving moksha. This is not Vedanta's teaching. This is the doubt or the understanding of a objectionist, of a Purvapakshi. Okay. Then in the next verse, in the 14th verse, Kechit vadanti vitarkavadinaha sthapadyat sadrishta virodhakaranat dehabhimanadabhivardhate kriya vidyagata hankrititah prasidhyati. Okay, so he says the answer is given to this question. The 13th verse is the question. Answer is given. So he says that Kechit vadanti iti vitarka vadinaha. This is a vitarka. Whatever you're telling is not really right. Okay? Tadapi sadrishta virodha karanas. Jnana and karma are exactly opposite to each other. Doing and knowing are opposite to each other. Doing requires a doer, some help for the doer, a place where something is done, an instrument with which something is done. Okay? These are called as the karakas. Basic a kartrukaraka and karmakaraka should be there. There has to be an instrumental karaka also, karanakarakam also should be there. Sampradana karaka should be there. Adhikarana karaka should be there. So karakas are there. Correct? And kartritvam should be there. That I am the doer of this particular karma. Correct? And when you do karma, there is a abhimana. He said, Deha abhimanad abhivardate kriya. Deha abhimana. I am this body, mind, sense complex. I am the doer. I am doing this kriya. I am doing this karma. Iti deha abhimanat kriya vardhate. Simple. Deha abhimana. When I am having the abhimana in the deha, as I am the doer, what happens? Kriya vardhate. Whereas what about vidya? What about knowledge? What is being talked about knowledge? Vidya gata hankritita prasiddhyati. Vidya is what? Vidya or understanding can happen when deha abhimana is not there. Aham karta iti abhimana is not there. Ahankriti, ahankara. What ahankara? I am the body. I am the mind. I am the sense complex. I am the doer of all activities. Aham karta, aham bhokta iti. That is only increased by kriya. Whereas vidya, what does it do? Okay. Whenever there is vidya or brahma vidya or understanding of atma jnanam can happen when these things are diluted. What things? Aham karta asmi. Then vidya will not work. Aham shariraha asmi. Vidya will not work. Atma vidya will not work. Vidya gata ahankrititaha prasidhyati. Gata ahankriti. When I am the body, I am the doer, when this ahankara is diluted or minimized, then only the vidya is gained, not otherwise. Vidya or atmajnana does not require the help of any kriya or any sadhana. On the contrary, it requires nothing. It does not even require ahankriti. Okay. I am the doer should go. As long as ahankriti is there, then there is no question of understanding this vidya. So when I am detached from the body, mind, sense complex, that means when I have sufficient atma, anatma, viveka, then only vidya is possible. Knowledge is possible. What knowledge? Atma jnanam is possible. Therefore, atma jnanam and your karma cannot go together. Okay? Karma requires ahankriti. Karma requires aham karta iti bhavana. Karma requires aham shariraha asmi iti bhavana. Whereas what does vidya or jnanam require? It does not require that. Aham karta, aham shariraha asmi is an obstacle to the knowledge. It obstructs my knowledge. And when that is gone, when ahankara is diluted, ahankara cannot go away totally, otherwise we won't be able to survive. Even a jnani has a vestigial ahankara. But vidya gata ahankrititaha prasidhyati. When the entanglement, attachment, identification with the body, mind, sense complex and doership is diluted, then only vidya is gained or vidya is possible. Okay, there is no question of karma being responsible for helping in vidya or becoming a karaka in the case of vidya. Then he says that, next in the 15th verse, Vishuddha Vijnana Virochananchita Vidyatma Vrittishcharametim Bhanyate. Vidyatma Vrittishcharameti Bhanyate. Udeti karma khila karakadibihi nihanti vidya khila karakadikam. Now here he says that Vishuddha Vijnana Virochana Anchita. First line. Vishuddha Vijnana Virochana can be even read as Vilochana. The one who has got a Jnana Chakshuhu. The one who has got the capacity to understand what is told by the Vedas, by the Guru. The Vedanta words exposed or given by the Guru, when they are understood properly, that is what is called as Vishuddha Vijnana Vilochananchita. The one who has got Atma Chaitanya Prakasha Prapita. That means what? Vilochana means Jnana Chakshuhu, which is born out of Shastra. Jnana Chakshuhu. Otherwise, my eyes are the same. But with knowledge, I start seeing things as differently. With this knowledge, I no longer see myself as the limited body, mind, sense complex. I see myself as unlimited, Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta Atma. That is what is called as the Vishuddha Vijnana Vilochananchita. Jnanam, which produces this is naming the person who has got the eye of knowledge, Jnana Chakshuhu. This person who is a Jnani is called as Vishuddha Vijnana Virochananchita or Vilochananchita. Virochana can also mean Prakasha. Vilochana means a special Jnana Chakshuhu, the one in whom this knowledge has brought about a clarity of vision, called as the Jnana Chakshuhu. Vidyatma Vrittischcharameti Bhanyate. Bhanyate means understands. This particular person understands, or Nyayate. What? Vidya Atmavritti Charama iti. Atmavritti. Charamavritti it is called as Aham Brahmasmi. That is the final understanding. That's why it is called as Charamavritti. Okay? So this person who has the capacity of the clarity of vision, of seeing himself exactly as he is without any delusion. This person is called as Vishuddha Vijnana Vilochananchita. Okay, the clear understanding, the Jnana Chakshuhu, born of Shastra. And what does he understand? Bhanyate. He understands. What does he understand? Vidyatma Vrittish Charama iti. That is the final vritti. Vritti means what? Understanding. There's nothing more to understand. Whereas in karma, there is no charama vritti. There is no understanding. The more you do, the more you have to do. Isn't it? Karma means this Vaidika karmas like yagas and yagnas, advaraha, which was talked about here. The more you do, the more you have to do. There is no question of charama vritti there. Today I want something, okay, I do this particular yaga. Tomorrow I want something, I do something else. There are hundreds, thousands of yagas, yajnas, karmas, which are given by Veda Purva for different things. You want to have a child, you have one different yaga to do. An ashrama, a teacher, a rishi in the ashrama wants to have more students. He has a particular yaga, yajna to be done. You want to get married, a yajna is to be done, a particular karyam. You want putreshana, vitteshana, lokeshana for everything. For every desire of a human being, there are Veda Purva tells you, do this, you will get it. So there is no end to that. There is no charama vritti there. There's no final understanding there. There's nothing like final understanding in karma. The more you do, the more you do, the more you have to do. And it's over there. And the phalam is anityam. Therefore, it is not a final understanding. This is over. I got this phalam. Now I want something else. I have to do something else. Whereas what is Atma Vidya? Charama vritti. Understanding is final. I don't have to do anything after understanding. I don't have to do something else for better understanding. I have to read the same thing again. I have to do mananam and nididhyasanam if I have to understand. But if I have clearly understood jnana chakshusha, if I have very clearly understood aham brahmasmi, it is called as the charama vritti, the final understanding. And where does it come about? Udeti. Okay, udeti. It literally arises in a person who has developed a jnana chakshu as a result of Guru Mukhena Shastra Shravanam. And what happens here? When that charama vritti bhanyate or udeti, what happens? Udeti karma khilakharakadibihi nihanti vidya akhilakarakadikam. So when this jnana vritti arises, when this vritti, charama vritti, aham brahmasmi arises, karma akhilakarakadibihi nihanti. All the karmas along with the karakas, nihanti, nishchayena hanti. Hanti means destroyed. Nihanti, nishchayena hanti. That means all the karma with all the karakas are destroyed. All the sanchita karmas are gone along with all the karakas. What karaka? Aham karta asmi. Body, mind, sense complex karaka. Kartritvam karaka. All gone. With kartritvam gone. With aham brahmasmi. All that jnanagni, it destroys all the phalas and all the karmas along with all the karakas. So what happens? This charama vritti udeti for a jnana chakshuhu karmakhila karakadibihi nihanti. This arising of the final charama vritti aham brahmasmi, it destroys. Nishchayena hanti, never to come back again. All the karmas with karakas. Why? Kartritvam itself is gone. Where is the karma without the kartritvam? Where are the karakas without the kartritvam? There are no karakas, no karma without the kartritvam. Akhila karakadinam. Akhila karaka. Vidya nihanti. Vidya, Atma Vidya, which is in the form of charama vritti, nishchayena hanti. What does it destroy? Karma akila karakadibihi. Okay, nihanti. Okay, akhila karakadikam. Akhila karakadikam. All the karakas, it destroys. Means it mitifies. Body is still there. Mind is still there. All my antakarana is there. My bahishkarana, bahya karanas are there. Everything is there. But then I understand that they are not real. They are mithya. The body is mithya. Kartritvam is mithya. The karakas are mithya. Karma is mithya. There is no kartritvam at all. So, along with the karta, all the karakas are gone. If karta is gone, all the karakas are gone, no? When the doer is there, all the other, sahakari karanas will be there with the doer. The doer requires accessories. When the doer himself is gone, where is the question of any karma or karaka remaining? Correct? So all the karakas are gone. So nihanti. Therefore, there is no question of any role for any karma after jnanam. Jnanam is the charama vritti. Charama means what? The final thought. Vritti means thought which destroys the very kartritvam itself. And with the destruction of kartritvam, all the karmas, okay, sarva karma khilam partha, okay, with just a spark of this knowledge, this understanding, the whole karma is gone because the kartritvam itself is gone. Okay. Therefore, in the next verse, in the 16th verse, Bhagwan Rama says, Tasmat tyajet karyamasheshatah sudhihi vidya virodhat na swamachchayo bhavet atmanusandhana parayana sada nivritta sarvendriya vritti gocharaha. Therefore, O Lakshmana, Rama is saying, Tasmat, therefore, O Lakshmana, Tyajet karyam asheshatah sudhihi. Sudhihi means a sadhana chatushtaya sampanna adhikari. Okay? May a mumukshu, may you tyajet, may you give up what? Okay? Karyam asheshatah, especially binding actions like karmya karmas, prayashchita karmas, may you give them up. Nitya namitika karmas, you do them as your swa ashrama, swa dharma, you do it. That's all, without any kartritvam, as Ishvara Sankalpa. Because vidya virodhat na sumuchayo bhave. Vidya virodhat, karma and vidya, karma and knowledge, action and knowledge are paraspara virodhis. Action requires a kartritva. Jnanam has already gotten rid of kartritva. Action requires karakas. Knowledge does not require karaka, only exposing my prepared intellect to the pramana. Pramana means to the shastra. Okay? Karma requires various karakas to help, whereas vidya does not require any karakas. Karma requires many vrittis. There is no charama vritti in karma. Whereas in Atmajnanam, Aham Brahmasmi is the ultimate understanding. Vritti here means understanding. Because one yaga or one yajna fulfilling one desire of mine will not stop me from thinking, from getting other things done. Do you understand? Whereas Aham Brahmasmi is the charama vritti, which once and for all destroys my ajnanam, my mula avidya, it destroys. Therefore, virodhat na samuchayo bhavet. Samuchaya or simultaneous practice of vidya, atmajnanam and ritualistic karma is not possible. Ritualistic karma requires ahankriti. Vidya has destroyed ahankriti. Ritualistic karma requires kartritvam. Vidya has destroyed kartritvam. Ritualistic karma requires all the sadhanas, whereas this does not require any other sadhana. Ritualistic karma gives rise to anitya phala, whereas vidya or atma vidya gives me the nitya phalam of moksha. Can you see the virodha here? Can you see it exactly the opposite? When this is something exactly opposite, how can the two opposites be combined? Can you combine light and darkness in one place? It's not possible. When you bring light in, darkness disappears. Darkness is not a positive entity. Darkness is an absence of light. Similarly, avidya is a absence of knowledge, absence of correct understanding. Avidya is a delusion, a wrong conception about myself. And vidya is the one which corrects this wrong perception about myself. It gives me the right perception. Then where is a commonality between doing and knowing? Simple thing here, what is mentioned is doing and knowing are two different things. You have to do certain things to get the ability of the intellect to know. But once you have got that adhikaritvam, knowing is the only thing required. And once you know the charama vritti, what you have to know, then there is no way for doing anything. Knowing has destroyed the doership itself. So there's no question of doing anything. So he says, Atmanusandhana parayana sada, the one who is committed to Atma Anusandhana, in knowing the Atma, in doing the Mananam and Nididhyasana of Atma, the Mumukshu who is committed to Parayana means committed. The one who is committed to Atma Anusandhanam, he says Sada, always, Nirvritta Sarvendriya Vritti Gocharaha. May you withdraw from Anatma. Karma is also Anatma. Kartritvam, Karta is Anatma. Karakas is Anatma. Result is Anatma. So may you withdraw. Nivritta Sarva Indriya Vritti Gocharaha. So this Mumukshu, may you remain Nivritta, withdrawn from Sarva Indriya Vritti Gocharaha. Sarva Indriya Vyapara. And ritualistic karma is also an Indriya Vyapara. Okay? Therefore, you have to, withdraw from that. So, let us read the other thing. Let us see whether we can complete it or not. Yavat sharirādishu māyayātmadhi tavat vidheyo vidhivāda karmanam netiti vakyai akhilam nishidhyatad jnatva paratmanam atyajet kriya. Okay, so very briefly, I will, give you the, meaning of this. We'll discuss it in the next section. Yavat shariradishu, as long as I have identification with the sharira, mayaya atmadhihi, mayaya yavat shariradishu atmadhihi. Because of this maya or ignorance, as long as I am entangled with this body, mind, sense complex as the realities, tavat vidheyo vidhivada karmanam, till then one has to do the karma, no doubt about it. Because I don't know, I am that akarta atma. I still, because of avidya, I am entangled to this body, mind, sense complex as the reality. And till then, I have to do vidhi vada karmanam vidheyo tavad. Till then, till my ajnanam about myself is there, till then I have to do the vidhi vihita ritualistic karmas. But once neti iti vakyaihi akhilam nishidya. Okay, so once neti iti vakyena or mahavakyena akhilam nishidya tadnyatva paramatmanam ataha tyajet kriya. With the shastra vakyas, with the mahavakyas, with the process of neti iti, with various modules of knowledge which Shruti gives us in the form of adhyaropa apavada, avasthatraya viveka, panchakosha viveka, driktrishya viveka, with all this knowledge that the Shruti gives, when I have understood that I am none other than Paramatma, then where is the need for me to do any kind of ritualistic karma which is meant for preparing the mind for this knowledge? When I have reached already my goal, Should I continue to do the preparation still? I do preparation for reaching a particular goal. Once I have reached there, do I still continue to keep on doing, all kinds of things? I'm traveling, say an example. I'm traveling, making preparations for my travel, for journey. Okay? It's necessary at that time. But once I have traveled, reached my destination, all these preparations that I have done for my journey, are they valid? No. They are gone. They don't have any more value. They don't have any more significance. Do I keep on doing those, preparations still, even after reaching where I want to reach? Similarly, all the ritualistic karmas done with the attitude of karma yoga and upasana yoga are meant for jnana yogyata prapti. When I have already got the jnana yogyata prapti, and when I have already got this charama vritti of aham brahmasmi by the, shastra, then is this preparatory activity still valid? It is not valid. Therefore, jnatva aham brahmasmi iti jnatva paramatmanam jnatva aham atma paramatma eva iti jnatva atha tyajet kriya. May you give up all your preparatory sadhanas. The preparatory sadhanas of doing all these vidhi vihita karmas, their purpose, their significance is over. There is no need for them to keep on doing them again and again. It is not really necessary. That is what Bhagwan Rama talks about ritualistic karma's role in a mumukshu's life. How much to do? How far to do? What is the ultimate result of ritualistic karma? Is it something that has to be done all the time? Once this jnanam, charama vritti of aham brahmasmi is got, is there any need for this karma? Is the karma relevant? Is the ritualistic activity relevant? This is what is being talked about by the Shruti when it talks about karma. So please understand, karma is not simply doing anything for our daily living. That's not karma. Vidhi vihita, Shruti vihita, nitya naimittika kamya karmas and prayachita karmas, nishiddha karmas, all kinds of karmas that are talked about, they have lost their significance once aham brahmasmi charama vritti has taken place. Nandantu sadhaka sarve vinashyantu vidushakaha avastha shambhavi mestu prasannostu gurus sada sarve bhavantu sukhinah sarve santu niramayaha sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschid dukkham apnuyat. Om shanti shanti shanti. Om Tat Sat.